In a world with an increasingly complex jiu-jitsu landscape, these two are here to break things down and give you their unsolicited opinions in the most offensive way possible. In a world with an
We're talking about the Old Man Grappling Hour.
Tune in and listen, and we'll have you wondering where that hour just went.
I'm going to turn the camera over there in a minute. Sonny fucking Parlin.
What's happening?
What the fuck is up, man? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
You seem like you're doing well. I haven't.
The weather's got me down.
Yeah, it's been nasty. Today was nasty. It rained like hell today. It rained like hell yesterday too. It was raining like a son of a bitch. I went to my mom's house and I was supposed to go cook steaks at my mom's house, and it started raining so bad I got stuck in the driveway. I didn't even want to get out of my truck. NoJudgesNeeded.com.
Yes, sir.
Go hit the podcast. Go hit the station up. Go hit that.
That's our guys right there. Boom.
Troy Regano from NoJudgesNeeded.com. Go hit him up. Go buy some shit from No Judges Needed because Troy Regano's the man.
Yes, sir.
We all love Troy Regano. Lots of people know Troy Regano. I was on that. What the hell was it? The McDojo podcast.
McDojo podcast.
Yeah, it's a Instagram page, the McDojo Instagram page. We had him on the Jiu-Jitsu Times podcast, and he had me on his podcast, and I started talking about. No, he asked me, "You want to punch anything, plug anything?" In the end, I said, "No judges needed." He said, "Oh, Troy Regano." So everybody knows fucking Troy Regano.
I think that guy might have pissed me off once.
Probably. seems I think we're at about 60-40. Just any random person. You can pick any random person in the world. So that guy might have pissed me off sometime.
I don't know. So I seemed something to remember about a comment that was written somewhere. I couldn't tell you what it is now, but
the site's funny. It's got a lot of viewers. It's got like fucking a couple million viewers, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's just be careful of the power you wield, you know.
Yeah, of course. Whatever. That's life.
Anyway, promo code OMGH for No Judges Needed. That gets you 25% off your order. Or if you've already used that promo code, then you can use OMGH10 and it will get you $10 off of shorts, spats. Pull these up and see what these look like. There we go. Spats for both male and female. Although if you wear them, you're probably a female.
Spats with shorts.
Spats, shorts, and rash guards.
Yeah, if you're
the OMGH10.
You wear spats, it's very important that you wear.
Yeah, don't be one of those people that wears spats and doesn't wear shorts. That's pretty gross, man. I don't like it. It's too touchy-feely for me.
Yeah, here she is. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. How are you, my love? Mommy's watching, so at least we got.
It's amazing. It only took us 2 years to figure out.
Yeah, we finally got her set up
to get her to comment out of her own account.
We finally got her set up. Oh, yeah, I had a long day today, man. I fucking been drinking beers and eating German food. Went to Mr. Dunderbox.
What's that?
It's a little German restaurant. It's a Tampa institution. If you live in Tampa, it's been around forever.
Yeah, you know what else is a Tampa institution that nobody told me about?
What's that?
It's Hamburger Mary's.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it an institution.
I would call it an institution.
It's cool. It's fun. It's good food.
Yeah, I mean, have you been there on a Friday night?
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
I'm surprised. I think there's one in Sarasota. Isn't there a Hamburger Mary's in Sarasota? They're a franchise. There's a bunch of them around.
Are they franchised?
Yeah, because they opened one in Brandon, I think it was. Maybe they didn't get that far down. They were gonna open one in Brandon or some shit like that, or maybe they never did. Yeah, Hamburger Mary.
Here's my story. I'll be brave and tell it.
Yeah, you do. Your story is way better than my story. I went bowling today. It was pretty cool. You had a very good day.
I was tricked into going into Hamburger Mary's. I was not told anything about the place. I was not told what it is about.
When you heard the name, did you have any assumptions that it would have anything to do with gay? Just that made no connections to
I heard hamburger and I heard the name Mary. I assumed it was a chick named Mary that owns a fucking hamburger.
That made hamburgers, right? Exactly.
Right. So I go to the Hamburger Mary's, and the first thing I noticed when we walked in the door there was quite a few transvestites in there.
Yeah. That's the
I had
thing.
never seen so many transvestites in one room, all working together, all sitting together with their fancy dresses on and their giant knuckles. And I just noticed
Giant knuckles. big hands. That's what you just because fucking you can't hide man hands. That's what they always say. Like everyone say, look for an Adam's apple, not an Adam. You look at their fucking hands. They got their big ass fucking hands.
That's all you need. So I'm looking around the room, and all I'm seeing is like, and I'm dude, I'm in there. I'm standing out like a fucking sore thumb. I gotta be the only.
They love you. They love that shit.
I gotta be the only bearded man in the room, right?
I find that highly unlikely. You may be the only straight bearded man in the room, but I quite a few bearded men that look.
I promise you, man, it was mostly women, and then like dudes dressed up as women. There was very few like actual.
You went Friday night.
It was what was it? A Friday or a Saturday? You don't know? We don't remember. It was one of those nights. But anyway, they start the show. And this chick comes out and she starts dancing. And I just, bro, like we locked eyes and I fucking knew that she knew that I wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh, yeah. They come around. They smell it.
Oh,
they fucked with you like
she
like relentlessly.
She sniffed me the fuck out, bro.
You're probably you're a sexy man in the gay community. That big hairy bearded fucking.
Do you know? Let me tell you how a trans person will punish a straight person who even looks like they're not being comfortable.
Well, that's part of the shtick, though. That's what they're doing there, though. The damn bar, the bar is a transvestite hamburger joint. You know what I mean? They fuck with the straight guys. That's what they do.
Oh, that's totally what they did. Because they, like I said, they picked me out of a fucking crowd. Like it was almost instantly. And this chick had moves too. This person had moves, and like she was fucking.
I feel like this is the part where you tell me you fell in love with the tranny.
What's that? Do you have the video? Yeah. Oh my God, we've got the video.
All right, but we need to watch it.
All right, so anyway, next thing I look over, and this woman starts coming at me, bro, and I mean coming at me like dancing, coming at me, you know. So it was a weird thing for me. It was like a fight, but it wasn't a fight. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then I just had to sit there and take it.
That's fucking great.
And
I have worked in I've worked in gay bars for a while. So I've been kind of privy to that gay bar life. And I will tell you of all the things that I have come in contact with by working in the gay community. You know, there's very different subtypes. You know, you've got kind of the angry old drunks, the queens, the fucking the bears, and all the all the little things that make up that micro socio freaking element, socio whatever group, sociology whatever group.
What?
The trannies are my favorite. The transvestites, they're just so much fun. They're just they are the absolute best because again they love it. They come right at you, and they like most of the time they understand, and the professionals. Like I imagine that the girls at Hamburger Mary's were probably coming at you hard. But they're also professionals. Like they can kind of sense that, yeah, we're making you uncomfortable, but there's also a sense of having fun. Like if they would have noticed if you're like, bitch, leave me the fuck alone, they would have fucking maybe been a little like, but they would have shown you your fucking your yeah. It's fun.
I got into it.
I love the trannies. They're the fucking best. I spent a lot. I spent a lot of time.
You are a bear. So no, I got into it, and video's coming soon. Oh, you sent it? Oh my God, we have video. So let's see Sonny Parlin at the. Oh yeah, so
Mary's bar. I bet it's pretty good. I probably know them bitches too. I probably know a couple of them. We used to work.
Oh, that's Draymond Green, right?
Yeah, I know all them bitches. I know. I mean, working in Ybor and shit too. I know them all from Ybor.
All right, you guys want to see me get made a fool of? Here we go. Let me find this. Sure, we're going to share the audio too because that wouldn't be any fun. All right, can you see this?
I can't.
What do you see? Let me pull up the screen. What you're actually seeing? Yeah, you can see it.
It's crooked though. It's sideways.
No, it's supposed to be that way. All right, let me play it now.
Let's go.
Look at there. See me?
Oh, damn, Sonny. Wow. Wow, they got up on your ass, dude. I bet you were just frozen in fear, too. You had no idea what to fucking do. And they love that shit.
Oh
They
my
eat
god,
it up.
that dude's tucked away penis was like this far.
But
from my
also
face, bro.
understand that like they fucking like you're hot too. Like you're hot. You're like you are definitely a commodity in the
Bro.
homosexual dating community. That big old
Well,
Barry.
that's good to know in case,
bearded thing,
you know,
man,
I
they
ever
love
need,
you.
in case I ever get divorced or something. But listen,
you're like you're straight, Bubba. I got such you right the fuck up, man.
but yo, man, that lady, she attacked me, and Rob says, "Great topic for a grappling hour." What's next week's topic? Incest. Rob, you haven't been on the show in a while. We haven't talked about grappling.
Get Rob a link. Get Rob on here. We can
I
talk
know,
about
right?
it.
Let me send you the link, Rob.
That'll kill a fucking hour. Just let that motherfucker talk.
Right.
I'll just keep fucking on my phone.
Yeah.
We'll get to an hour.
Instead of fucking with us with your big mouth, Rob,
Yeah.
why don't you fucking come on here? Let me send you the link, Rob.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went bowling today. Bowling's pretty fun.
Yeah,
Man.
you got the link now, fucker.
Yeah,
I
I
don't hear
was,
no more
When's
comments.
the last time you been bowling? Are you a bowler? Are you a good bowler?
I used to be, believe it or not. I used to have my own
Yeah.
ball, my own
Oh, you had
shoes,
the whole fucking
thing.
I was
Yeah.
better than I did. I hit 130 on one game. Then I had another game at 125. That's pretty good. That ain't too bad.
I think the best I ever did was 260.
Oh shit! Well, you're a real bowler. That's real good.
No,
I can't
no,
fuck
no,
that.
no, no,
I
not
suck.
anymore, bro. I couldn't do that.
I
now.
suck. Like I'm working on. I can't do none of the spins or none of that shit. I'm working on just making the ball go in a straight line. That's my
I think it was either
If I
240 or
ball
260, but
to
yeah.
stay straight. Then I line myself up accordingly with the little arrow.
Oh, do you do that? See, I
Yeah.
actually had the curve. You know, like I'd throw the ball, and
Yeah,
like, it
I'm
starts on
working
the
to try to
side and then comes back
keep the
in.
ball straight. Like I can't when I get that motion down, when I get my arm going in the right direction, so I don't over compensate to one way or another. Because it's hard to roll that fucking thing in a straight line. Then maybe I'll start figuring out how to work in a fucking twist or some shit to it. But for right now, it's just getting the
Yeah.
ball.
I
Shit,
like the spin, except I don't really have good control over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like half of my spins will like go right next to that gutter and then
Yeah, we
come
were
back
watching-
in and go
There's
in. but then
always
the other half
there's
will just
always
go right in
that
the gutter.
dude. There's always that dude at the bowling lane too. That's just obviously just a fucking pro. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's fucking got the whole like blah blah, and the leg kicks back in the air, shit like that. And it's always like the ball just goes and it hangs right off the edge and it shoots right into the head pin, and it's just strike after strike. There was a dude today when we were bowling. There was like two rolls down, and it was funny because one of the guys was his kid. Like the kid was like 12, and because he had a mask on and he was wearing like khaki shorts, we couldn't really tell if he was a kid or if he was like a really small 40-year-old man, you know? Like middle-aged man. But he had it down, man. Like it's the fucking blah, he was left-handed every time. Blah, a little roll in the leg, like the perfect one.
Yeah.
I wish I could bowl.
Yeah, those guys exist.
Yes, they do. And
It's
just
actually
like,
a relatively inexpensive hobby too, because once
yeah,
you
it
get
was.
the
We
bowling
played.
ball-
We played for 2 hours. We got 4 games in, I think, in 2 hours, and it was.
once you get your shoes and your ball, you're good.
Yeah, it was like $30, and then you got a couple pitchers of beer, and we just fucking drank some beers. And
Every other hobby in the world though costs a lot of money. Like
Yes.
even golf.
yes, well,
Like there's always something to buy in any hobby. Like think about jujitsu, right?
yes,
There's always a rash guard to buy.
It's
There's
fucking
always-
the sports, the cheap part. Well, not always, but like the
Yeah.
fucking the extra
the
shit.
membership is the cheap part. But then you go out
Any
and, like,
hobby.
you
Fucking-
know, hey, look, the latest Gordon Ryan DVD is out, or hey, look, the latest rash
Right.
guard is out.
Right.
It's like you could spend money every fucking day.
And there's always like the best top of the line. There's probably fucking nothing different between fucking like the top of the line and the middle line shit. It's just the price. These dumbasses pay more.
13 years of jujitsu, I never spent more than $125 on a gi.
Dude, I bought a Show Your Old gi once for about $160. It was the biggest piece of shit. I wore it for like fucking 6 months, and then it literally like disintegrated. It was horrible. And a lot of people I talk to talk about the Show Your Rolls. I remember Show Your Old gis, how they were all cool and everybody was wearing Show Your Rolls. They had to they were very limited, allocated releases, and people were lining up to buy them. Like every person I've ever talked to that bought a Shoryugi said that bitch just fell apart on them.
Really?
Yeah, they fucking are pieces of shit. They look cool when they're like fun because you get the limited release ones and shit like that, but they're worthless.
There was a brand of rash guard that used to fall apart on people. It was 4 letters, starts with J. Jocko.
Jocko.
Is that it?
That's GACO. Yeah, they had the fucking. They had the worst.
Jocko gear is the worst.
Their shorts were really shitty too. Remember they made those like really high waisted, like they were almost like Muay Thai shorts, but they weren't quite. And they had a really weird, like over engineered, like tying mechanism. It was the weird. I had a pair of Jocko shorts, and I remember thinking to myself like these are just so ridiculous. Like there were strings and knots and all kind of bullshit that kind of wedged them together. And I'm sure it was like their patented way to keep your shorts up. And I remember looking at them going, this is
my
dumb.
buddy used to have a Jocko rash guard and it ripped like right here in the center. Like
they're pieces of shit. It's shit stuff. I guess they're still around though. So we put you to sleep already. What's up, man? Are we coming straight from your like hoarder bedroom or what?
Yeah, what's going on?
Bulls and shit.
Down. It just when I looked at myself in the picture, my chin looked too big, so I had to sit back up.
You got to move the camera a little bit.
That's okay. How you doing, Hobby K? You're making quite a splash on Facebook these days. Everybody loves you or hates you. I have both.
I think that's been the story of my Facebook career, to be honest with you. But although this is the first time somebody ever called me up and threatened to fight me over my political opinion.
Let me ask you a question, man. Go ahead.
How come we can't hear you too good?
Yeah, something's wrong with your headphones aren't plugged in right or something.
Hold on, I'll take you off Bluetooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
It might be a shitty connection too. The internet looks like it's kind of shitty.
Suck. Hold on.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
You're good. The people will wait for El Patron.
Will wait for Hobby K.
Fuck yeah, dude. No, fucking ain't nobody going anywhere. They see your face in the corner. We'll get a sign language interpreter in the corner. That's better. Whatever you did worked better.
Yeah,
say something.
Yeah,
that's better.
They're great for me to listen to, but the audio is terrible on them.
Yeah, the microphone wasn't great on them. So what's been your motivation? Like, because I know you've always had a political mind, and I know you're a smart guy. I know you read a lot. Like, that's why I always love your things, because I know they come from a place that's really done your research and knows your shit. But what's been your motivation to be tearing into all these fools on Facebook and throwing down the gauntlet like you've been doing?
I guess there's many reasons. One, I really feel like in the 20th century, we've reversed Darwinism. Like the meek are inheriting the earth. Like the stupidest people are breeding the most, and IQs just seem to be going down, as evidenced by Donald Trump being elected president. And it's just like you read some of these idiots, these mouth breathing idiots with the Trump comments. I just can't help myself. I really can't. Plus, I just really like poking the bear too. And there's nothing more fun to get people so outrageously angry on Facebook.
It is kind of funny when you just walk up to somebody and just shit all over whatever they love. Just whatever it is that they love, you just shit right into it.
Like, Facebook has become nothing but a bunch of echo chambers. Like everybody talks to only people who they agree with, and it's like this echo chamber where they only hear what they want to hear. And quite frankly, Facebook has also become nothing but like baby pictures and vacation pictures that nobody gives a shit about. So why not make your Facebook page interesting? I want discussion. I want real discussion. I want I want to debate people. I want to argue. I want to get to the bottom of shit. Otherwise, what good is Facebook? Like, how many baby pictures can you look at a day?
Yeah, no, I hear that.
I agree with you. I applaud you for
I don't have the
wanting-
mental energy to.
Yeah, I applaud you for wanting that much to make a difference, to try to get out there and try to do something and incite some change or call out the ignorance. Personally, like, I just don't give a fuck anymore, Rob. I have nothing left. I have nothing left inside of me to care about. I remember one time you said something in one of your posts, and I laughed. I mean, I read it. It said something about like, there's only 3 types of people: the people that don't care, people. I don't know why people don't post enough. I don't understand why enough people aren't saying things, because I know they're smart enough to know the difference and all those other stuff like that. And I think that my answer to that is like, I don't care anymore. Like, there's a part of me that does. I want the world to change, but I'm also just content with watching it just fucking implode on itself and just trying to make do with the scraps.
I believe the exact quote was, "There's wolves,
Yeah,
there's sheep, and then there's the people who don't give a shit."
something on that line. Yeah,
Anyways.
right. Something along that line.
Now, let me give you my my 2 cents, right? And you can tell me if I'm an asshole or not, right? But the
Well,
reason
I can
why,
tell you that right now.
well, I know that. I know
Yeah.
I'm automatically an asshole, but you can tell me if I'm more of one or less of one for this. But my reason for me, I'm going to vote for Trump. My reason is just because I don't want to vote for Joe Biden. So if my vote really isn't a pro-Trump vote, it's more of an anti-Biden vote.
No,
You know
I
what I mean?
get that. This is my reasoning. One, like, I mean, it's almost a very similar scenario to Trump Clinton. It's like, I hated Hillary Clinton too, but like, she's been in politics. Nobody can accuse her of being stupid, and maybe dirty, but not stupid. And it was like, I just felt like you had to hold your nose no matter which way you vote. But with Biden, to be quite honest with you, I think he's going to die in a year anyway, and I'm hoping they pick a good VP, and we get a good VP in there, because number one, the guy's spent, like Trump. Like, if you guys get a chance, read Woodward's book on Trump's.
Dude, I keep wanting to read that. I won't read
Bob
that
Woodward?
fucking thing. I won't read the whole fucking thing. I won't dedicate myself to it. But I'd love to read that book.
It is like, Woodward is amazing. I mean, he's the guy who broke Watergate. He's basically written the book. I'm actually halfway through Bolton's book right now, and nobody will ever accuse Bolton of being like a Democrat. The guy is the most neocon, war hawk Republican in Washington. And when you read the book, it's like, every time Trump fires, somebody quits the cabinet or they leave, it's always like, oh, they're bitter, they're jealous, or whatever, or they were closet Hillary lovers. Like, it's never that Trump is an incompetent boob, and
it's never his fault. It's never his fault for anything. It's never his fault for anything. And that's the one thing that's what bothers me the most about him. I say that all the time, man. Like, I don't care about his politics at the end of the day. Like, the country has swung. Obviously, I swing more liberally, but like, the country has swung from liberalism to conservatism throughout the course of the last fucking century. I would like it to go more liberalistic, and I thought that after Obama into Hillary would start to keep moving towards that direction. But blah 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 blah. The point of the matter is I don't give a fuck about Trump's politics. I give a fuck that the guy has dedicated the last 5 years of his life into manipulating that shit and dividing the country, manipulating. Just what you said, like,
yeah, I mean, he's obviously. I mean, look, we got like cities like seceding from the country. Like, when has that happened before? Since 1861.
And you can't just say, well, it's not his fault. Well, no, it's fucking Scott. Who the fuck else? Who do you blame? The guy's running the country. It's fucking maybe it's not his fault, but you're the guy running the place right now. Dude, fuck it. You're the one that gets the blame. The buck stops.
Like, you're the captain of the ship. When you hit an iceberg, it's your fault.
Yeah, you can't just keep pointing fingers.
Let me ask you a question, Rob. Like, one of the big things that's been in the news lately, it's very topical, are these Democratic cities that are out of control, like Chicago, Portland, Seattle. I think Portland's had 60 or 70, 72 or 73 straight days of protests at night where police are just getting, they're getting shit. Like, every time it goes nighttime, that's when like the bad people come out and the fireworks start happening and the fires and the police prints get set on fire. Like, what's your opinion of these fucking Democratic mayors that just can't or won't get their fucking cities under control, man?
Well, I mean, I'm going to answer that like in a more broad sense. Like, I don't like to label myself Republican or Democrat because I feel like they're both full of shit. And there's plenty of things I come down on the Republican side, and there's plenty of things I come down on the liberal side. But you know, as much as I hate that orange monkey in the White House, you don't, as a mayor or a governor, get to give your finger to the office of the presidency of the United States. Like, so I'm with Trump in terms of, like, you know, bringing in the National Guard and straightening things out. Unless they're peacefully protesting, you know, you have every right to peacefully protest. But
Right.
you know, if they're setting fires or ruining the city, then send in the National Guard. Like I'm on Trump's side for that. Like, that's one of that and low taxes are one of the few things I agree with Trump. As a person, I can't stand him. He's a crook. You know, everywhere he goes, he makes all the Secret Service and all the dignitaries and all the, you know, foreign people.
Yeah, I
coming
get
over.
it. He makes everybody cringe. But that's
No,
my point.
no. It's not that he makes them cringe. He makes them stay in his hotels at premium prices.
Right. He makes money off of that. That's
Yeah,
fucked
that's
up.
fucked
That's-
He makes money off of it.
and that's the
And
problem.
then, you know,
He
And
continually
it's like-
slips because he says, I'm Donald Trump. I don't have to play by the rules because he's been a fucking scumbag his whole fucking life that's done that. But, like, you can't do that when you're the fucking president of the United
Well,
States. You're
one of
supposed
the
to maintain
interesting
Trump's
things-
decorum.
One of the interesting things about being president of the United States
You
that I've
lost
always
Rob. There
no,
he is.
he's there.
There he is.
That I've always found kind of interesting is that if the president does something that's illegal, it's not illegal because the president did it. And that's true of any president.
That's not true.
I'm pretty sure. Like,
Richard, no, it's not true. they can't.
No,
They
I'm not
can't
talking
be.
about like, you can't walk out and murder somebody, but
you can't be arrested as president, but you
Right.
can be impeached
You can be-
and then arrested.
right.
Is right.
So it was something like that.
Richard Nixon said that. Richard Nixon said, "Well, it's not illegal when I do it because I'm the president." And, like, we fucking lost our shit over that. Donald Trump's been doing that consistently, over and
but,
over
like,
and over
if
again,
you
eroding
compare-
away our constitution.
If you compare like an average week for Trump, he has done far worse on an average week than Nixon ever did with Watergate. Like,
Right, and
we still talk about Watergate to this day. Kids know about Watergate who weren't even born. Were born
Right.
20 years after it, and
I'm
we
just-
still know what Watergate is.
I'm just afraid, Rob, that if Biden gets elected, the lawlessness that we see in these cities is going to get worse. People are going to feel emboldened that the things that they did by going out and looting businesses and starting fires, it worked. We got Donald Trump out, and they're going to feel emboldened to do that shit even more.
no.
Well,
I think that-
so let me get this straight. In Obama's 8 years, how many cities revolted from the United States because he was a liberal Democrat?
What do you mean?
How many cities revolted under Obama
What do you mean
in 8
revolt?
years? Like Seattle, like trying to succeed from the United States.
Are they trying to
And
do that?
all these- What?
They're trying to do that?
That's what Seattle was doing. Remember, they named it Jazz.
Oh,
I named it Cunt.
that's
remember the
just
whole
a bunch
thing?
of fucking Antifa
California's
idiots.
California's been talking about doing that for years.
That's just a bunch of Antifa idiots.
breaking off from the.
Yeah, but my point is, how much of that happened? Like, just because Biden comes in, like Obama was a liberal Democrat. None of this happened under him.
There
It's
was
the
some. I'm pretty sure
divisiveness
there
of
was
Trump.
some. I'm pretty sure there was some. Dude, you don't remember Trayvon Martin? I know that wasn't a cop, but like that happened under Obama's
But
watch,
there wasn't
and there was
any,
all
like-
kinds of riots and shit.
Not quite on
There's
the. I mean,
always
there
going to be
were, but
riots.
this is-
There's a huge difference between a riot and people taking over an entire city.
Well,
And
yeah, I
throwing-
agree.
And a police station, like, shuttering its doors and running away. Like, huge
Right, but
difference
that's-
between
that's
Trayvon
not-
and this.
That's not Trump. That's The reason why these cops are leaving these police stations is because the fucking mayors aren't backing them up. The governors aren't backing them up.
Let me say something real quick, man. So I just want to say one thing about this, and this is something that I always try to bring back, and it's very difficult for people to kind of grasp. Like, Donald Trump didn't 100% in motive create the racial discrimination and the racial problems that we are dealing with that have become to the boiling point right now.
Of course he didn't, because they've been around forever.
Right. But what he sure as fuck did was play to them to get elected, and play to them to placate voters to get on his side, and play them up and divide and cause lines of division between Democrats, liberal-minded people, black people, because, again, he doesn't say racist things, but he sure as hell goes out of his way to back those things up.
All right, let me ask you a question then.
What we're looking at right now is bigger than just the Black Lives Matters movement. We're looking at people.
I'm not saying that this was
that guy in office. It's just my.
I'm not saying that this was the correct thing to do, because I actually disagree with this executive order, but I don't think any other president would have done it. But right after the George Floyd murder, Donald Trump signed an executive order banning chokes, which, again, I know is the wrong thing. It's stupid, but he did an action. He did something.
Executive orders are just that's a laughable thing. They do nothing.
Any other president would have done that?
What's that?
You don't think any other president would have done that? I think almost every one of them would have a reactionary reaction like that and do something stupid like that.
What did he not do, though? He didn't address the nation on racial discrimination. He doesn't try to unite the country. He tried to divide them so that he could take advantage of that division. It's 100%. He's been doing it for fucking years. That's what Mattis said when he fucking wrote the paper. John fucking Mattis, the fucking bulldog.
Personally, I think there is a lot of divisiveness in politics in general.
But you can't deny the fact that Donald Trump has made his career off of it. 100%. If you say that, you're lying to yourself.
No. He's a troll president. That's
right. Exactly. 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why people are pissed, because they're sick of this fucking troll causing divisions, because people look at what he says and they may laugh about it. But there are crazy people out there that take when he says things about white nationalisms like it's no big deal. Like they're pretty good people that say, all right, cool, we could be racist now.
Right.
I don't want to get too excited.
It's funny when you talk to some of the mouth breathers who vote for Trump and carry their Trump flags around and ride around, like, they're not retarded, but they're like 3 points above retard. But
thank you, Rob. I love you too.
You're a special kind of retard, though. You thought I love you, but I get disappointed every day because you're so much smarter than this. But I digress.
When you ask them, usually, when I'm watching, whatever on TV, and they'll say, why do you support Donald Trump? Pretty much the number one answer is he's not a politician. So, like, if you were going to a doctor, or you're sick as a dog, are you going to go to somebody? I'm going to go to Kevin. Why? Why would you go to Kevin for a sickness? Well, he's not a doctor. Like, it makes no fucking sense. I want a politician because politicians understand how politics work.
Exactly. It's just in the same existence of you talking about a girl like Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was did she suck? Yeah, fuck yeah, she sucked. She was horrible. She was the spawn of Satan. But you know what? She was a goddamn politician, and our country would have been so much stronger. Look at the place our country is in now versus if that fucking crazy fucking Nazi bitch was running the place, we'd be so much stronger now than we were without fucking Donald Trump running. But that's just whatever.
I don't know. I think I don't really think that you can fairly judge Donald Trump's performance as a president based on
what?
No, based on the fact
I'm curious to see what. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, because I'm saying, like, any president who was president right now, whether it was Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, would have been fucked over by COVID. I mean, the whole, like, COVID would have just come in.
No, because COVID came around, yeah. And we literally have 7,000 miles of ocean between us and the epicenter of COVID. Mm-hmm. South Korea and like, there are shuttles from between South Korea and Japan and China, probably hundreds of times a day. Like, just by sheer numbers, the amount of people traveling from China to America is a much smaller number. and it's 7,000 miles away. We had more notice than anybody. South Korea reported their first case of COVID the same day we did. How do we have 4 times as many deaths per capita than any other country, if not for a terrible dropping of the ball of leadership?
I mean, I can give you my answer, but you're not going to like it.
Oh, because it's stupid. But go ahead.
Because we are a fat people, bro. The United States is an unhealthy people. We are fucking grossly overweight. Everywhere you look, there's goddamn obesity. People running around thinking they're healthy and they're not. And I keep in the craziest thing about this fucking pandemic, it drives me fucking batshit crazy. Every time you always hear about this, the healthy young guy that died from COVID. And then you go and you look at the story and, he had type 1 diabetes. Oh, he was 300 pounds. Oh, I didn't know all, but he was perfectly healthy. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know, man. Like I just think that COVID would have fucked up any presidency that was happening.
I don't disagree with you, but I also don't think that Donald Trump did anything at all presidential or with any type of leadership worthiness to help us through this thing. He literally passed the buck along the way, every step of the way through this, and downplayed the importance of it, downplayed how deadly it was.
Wait a minute, hold on, guys. How come he blocked when he blocked the flights that were coming in from China?
Oh God, that's yes. You what? He did one thing.
Let me ask you a question.
Did one thing. Got good for him.
Wait a second. That's not the point.
No, but he didn't even do that.
Wait, that's not the point.
He only blocked Chinese people. He did not block Americans coming back into the country.
I know.
And he rescinded the order anyway.
It's ridiculous. It's like.
But my point is this: when he did that, the Democrats attacked him for being racist. Oh, you're racist against Chinese people for stopping these flights. No, motherfucker. I'm trying to stop a fucking disease from coming here.
Well, that's part of the game, though. It's Tony. Who gives a shit?
Oh, but that's okay.
Nancy
Pelosi
that's
can
politics.
go stand in the middle of Chinatown. Nancy Pelosi. Oh, we lost Rob. Fuck. Nancy Pelosi can go stand in the middle of Chinatown and be like, "It's safe to come here, everybody. Go and spend your money." That's okay.
I don't want to argue anymore. You're right. I fuck Nancy Pelosi too. I don't care about Nancy Pelosi. I'm not talking about Nancy Pelosi. I'm talking about Donald Trump. But you know what? I have to politely disagree and move on to another topic.
How do we lose Rob?
I was prompted notes from someone that was watching from outside. So
what did it say?
I said I have to politely disagree and move on to another topic. Apparently, my studio producer would like for us to move on to another topic.
Well, I think Rob.
I told her Rob. I think Rob, is he back?
Yeah, back.
There he is.
There you are.
All right, we're Rob's back. We'll do. Yeah, you probably got a shitty internet connection.
Well, anyway, let's talk about things that unite us.
Yeah, let's talk about anything else fun, man. I don't know. Anything else good going on? What's going on?
No, but going back to Trump for a second. I'm not quite done with that.
I figured you would.
The whole Democrats coming after for being racist might also have something to do with him calling the COVID. First of all, he's still not sure why it's called COVID-19. Like, that has been explained to him several times, and he can't figure out why it's 19, because it was discovered in 2019. Like, that is too much for this guy. That's like intellectual overload for this idiot.
Yeah.
Like, he just said it the other day in his
I don't
speech.
understand what you're saying. I'm just kidding.
So,
yeah.
And then, you know what? Calling the COVID-19, the novel COVID-19 virus, the Kung flu. Yeah, that's a little racist.
Not even Kung flu would be actually nice, because there was already a Kung flu that was in the 80s. He calls the China virus, which is
but he also calls it Kung.
Is it Kung flu? Yeah,
Kung flu.
The China virus. You can't just say China virus. You have to go China.
Yeah,
I think Kung flu is hilarious.
Yeah, I guess it is. But that's the fucking thing, though, Sonny. You think it's funny, you think it's great. It's all a big old fucking joke, but he just continues to draw lines and divide.
Yeah, but Sonny, it is with
place in the world starts to diminish every day. It's laughable how fucked up our country is right now.
it's funny when three jerk off jujitsu guys say it.
Right,
It's
exactly.
not
when
funny
the
when the leader of the free world says it.
100 fucking percent, dude.
You're
Okay,
held to a
I'll
different
give you-
standard.
I'll give you that.
But I'll tell you what, man. Like, I didn't want to believe this, and I refused to try to buy into this shit. But like, I watched Joe Biden in an interview, and I really believe he's old. I think he's slipping. I think he's fucking. I think about what's he 76? Like,
No, he's in. There's no question he's in
78,
dementia.
like, yeah.
There's
I
no
think
question
about like
he has
some
dementia.
old 78-year-old fucking man running the country, like the old 78-year-old granddad running the country. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Trump's 76. They're both in dementia.
It's horrible.
It's like it's
77.
like
Again, my
They're like-
producer corrected us.
they're pulling the candidates out of old age homes.
Yeah, I the one thing that upsets me the most about this whole thing is it kind of feeds in a lot of what Sonny talks about, how he says I'm not going to vote for Joe Biden, is that like, fuck you, the Democratic Democratic fucking side, like this is the best you can come up with. Joe fucking Biden is the guy. Joe Biden is the one you're going to make us fucking vote for. This crazy old lunatic that can barely put fucking words together in a sentence. This is the guy we have to vote for, and probably the most important election in the history of the planet. Anyway,
No, I don't disagree whatsoever. It's funny. It's like when I make fun of Trump, people are like, "How do you like Biden?" I'm like, "When did I say I like Biden?"
right. I just don't want a dictator to run our country anymore. Like I put you in office, Robbie. Hey, you know what? I got a guy down in Tampa, a little bit rough around the edges, but we'll fucking make it work. Just get the crazy guy out, please.
I'm telling you.
Because
I tried to run in 2016, but they wouldn't put me on the independent ballot.
I told people to just write my name in. We'll see what happens.
Well,
See how many
fucking A,
votes I
man.
get.
Hobby K, man. What else you got to talk about, man? Anything fun coming up? You got any fucking any fun news in the world?
No, not really. I just
Yeah.
heard you guys, and I love making fun of you with text messages while you're talking.
Well,
it's great.
that's why I brought you on, because I figure it's better to have you with us than against us.
It's great because I can watch Sonny look over at the monitor. He looks the same way every time I write something obnoxious. And for like a split second, I could see on his face, he's like, what a dick. And then he goes back to talking. But like, I know every time he reads my whatever I'm writing.
You can tell.
And,
I
it
can't.
just
I can't
it just
see
brings me
the.
joy.
I'm on remote, so I don't get to see the comments, so I can't.
Well, no, I mean, they're
can't
just coming up on my. All I'm doing is looking at my phone.
Yeah, I can see when he reads it, and there's like he tries to hide it, but I see the slight look on his face, whether he likes it or he thinks I'm being a little over the top. Either way, it's funny as hell to watch me distract Sonny while he's trying to do a podcast.
Do you know Mr. Dunderbox in Tampa, the German place, Mr. Dunderbox? You ever been there?
Oh yeah, I've eaten there before.
Fuck yeah, dude! Isn't that? I went there today for lunch. Isn't that place is like it's like a dude? That I'm telling you that it used to be in University Square Mall. That restaurant has been open. I got it. I bet it's going on 40 years now because I can remember.
It's on Bruce B. Downs now,
it's on
right?
Bruce B. Downs now, but it used to be in University Square Mall in like one of the little fucking corners of. I've been going there to drink beer and eat like freaking.
Yeah, they're hot dogs, there's sausages and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I had today. I had like the sausage plate and a couple German beers.
Chris Harvey wants me to ask Rob if you had to almost RNC somebody recently.
No, I did. I choked that guy out like a month ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Get with the times, Chris. This was it's old news.
Chris is a good kid, though. We're good, Chris. He did. He choked that guy out a couple. He choked that
Well,
guy
I
out a
actually-
couple.
It was actually twice. I choked him out twice.
There you go. Now you have your answer, Chris.
But in my defense, he punched two girls in the face. So
Yeah, it's a fucking news. So you're lucky you didn't fucking lucky. Did you see that guy? Did you see the footage of that guy in Bradenton or in Sarasota smacked the shit out of that woman? The fucking the waitress. Oh my god, dude. Some like crazy drunk. It was all over Facebook for a little bit. Some crazy drunk guy was just drunk out of his mind with no shirt on, his pants unbuttoned, and he had like white nationalist tattoos all over it. And they tried to make it into a racist thing, but the guy was just a drunken fucking crazy person. He was yelling racist shit, but he was just a drunk idiot. He was sitting at like some sports bar, some beach bar, and walking around, and like the security guys and kind of like the dudes that work there were like, "Hey man, like, you know, you're gonna have to leave, dude. Like, you're being loud. It's a family place. You're being obnoxious." And he was like, "Call Donald Trump. He'll straighten this shit out." Like walking around, like pushing like the dudes out of the way, and like some waitress like hammed up on her face, like some woman was like, "You ain't coming in here," and he just hauled off and fucking knocked the shit out of her, man. Like some dudes, the dudes that were there, like security guys, were kind of soft. Like, so I wish there would have been like at least one hard motherfucker there to beat the fucking piss out of that guy because he really fucking deserved it.
By the way, Matt Arroyo logged on and said he wants you to give your opinion on face masks, Rob.
We could debate on that.
I have no longer called them face masks. I call them face condoms because
that's one of my favorites. When you start bitching about the face mask, I get it. I love it.
No, it's like, first of all, if has anybody been checking the stats on this shit since we started wearing these face masks like mandatory? The fucking COVID count is triple. So, like, you touch your face 50,000 times a day. What fucking good is having like a piece of fucking nylon in front of your face?
I did some research on it. I did a little research on it. It's the amount of help it gives is marginal, but it still does help. And if people that are more intelligent and more understanding of the climate and the environment of all this other shit like that say to wear one, you just gotta wear it for 5 minutes when you go in the store. Why put the fucking thing on when you order your shit and walk the fuck out? If it means we can get things rolling again, I know you don't. I know you hate me for this, but just fucking wear the fucking thing. No,
and like I said, since it's been mandatory, it's done a wonderful job of tripling fucking COVID. So you're right. And plus, you know what?
Well, I will say this. I know you're a smart guy, but I'll say this: the scientists will also say that that's because people like yourself aren't taking it seriously enough and wearing the mask. Because we should.
There's other reasons not to wear the mask. Like, bro, think about it. Like, a couple more months, we'll have so much less traffic. Be easier to get tickets to the Bucks game. Like, parking would be easier.
Like, yeah, don't forget now. We got what's his name coming to the Tampa football team.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You fucking fag. That was the worst shit. The Tampa football team. That was great, Sonny Farland.
And what's his name? Only the 6-time winning quarterback.
Yeah.
And probably the best ever. 9 Super Bowls, 6 wins, and Sonny can't find somewhere in his brain to store the name Tom Brady.
You know how I feel about sports. I don't even watch jiu-jitsu. I don't give a fuck.
You ever see that Friars roast when they had Peyton Manning on the panel and one of the hot pick?
Hold on, wait. For everybody.
You're like the Tom Brady of commercials. It was fucking great.
Yeah, that was Nikki.
Nikki, whatever. She's funny. Yeah.
Rob, when was the last
really
time you paid money?
Yeah, she's funny as shit.
When was the last time you paid money to watch a jiu-jitsu match?
What?
And when was the last time you paid money to watch a jiu-jitsu match on TV?
Me?
Yeah.
Maybe 20 years ago. I don't know.
Oh God, dude, I'm right there with you, man. I'm so over this shit, man.
If it was gi, it was probably like 1996. No gi, I'm sure I paid for Abu Dhabi at some point, at some time. But now I just wait for somebody to bootleg it and I watch it then.
Now Matt wants to know, Rob, are you going to get the vaccine?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, well, first it's going to be tested on other people. Once I know it's all right, I'm getting it. I'm not volunteering to be the. I'm not going to be the one.
I'm not going to be the one you run the first bout out with. I'll be fine. When you get all the
work out all the bugs.
All the bugs worked out, I'll get mine.
Yeah. Like let me see how many autistic assholes pop out of that shit first.
Dudes with fucking 4 eyes. It's like the trimmers and shit. Yeah, I'll wait for the 3rd generation. We'll see how
your forehead just automatically grows by 2 inches.
Honestly, I think I had COVID already, and I don't think I had any symptoms.
I think that's what they're coming around to now. They're starting to say that they're finding out that there were so many people that they were unaware of that they're trying to compile people that were asymptomatic that probably caught it. So they're really putting down the mortality rate is really going way, way lower than what it was before.
Guys, if any of you guys want to jump on with us, you can just head over to the Old Man Grappling Hour page and click on the link in the description.
I got about 5 more minutes.
Alan Barub says, Rob, this is a horrible angle of your face.
That's all right, though. We love Rob. I got about 5 more minutes.
Tell-
you
tell-
can stay on
tell
if you want to,
Berube-
but I'm going to bounce in 5 minutes, bro.
Tell Berube there is no angle that makes his face look good. Tell him to shut the fuck up.
Well, you just told him so.
Okay. Screw off, Monster.
Monster Lobster. Do you have
I
another kid
missed you,
yet?
Monster.
He's all hot. He's all like quarantined for COVID. You know he's gonna have another kid before this thing's all done.
Another one.
What's he got? Like
He's
8
like
running around now.
He's like a Gracie family member. He's gonna have like 27 kids.
All right, I'm gonna start calling him Halio.
Actually, one of my students has 5 kids.
What?
One of my students has 5 kids.
Matt, right? What's his name? Not Matt.
Well,
What's his
Adam.
name? Adam, yeah.
He said that your face has more chins than a Chinese phone book.
that was funny.
Baby
That was
number
so
7,
original.
Alan. Holy shit!
Yeah, he does have another one coming. I knew he did.
Yeah.
I told you. I knew you were gonna knock her up. But yeah, you've been locked in that house alone for fucking the last 3 months. I know you're gonna pop out another kid.
Bro, he's like fucking Amish. Like they can have sex like
Not a fucking kid.
He says his wife is
during
11 weeks
ovulation or
pregnant.
something.
His wife's like a Labrador retriever.
She's 11 weeks pregnant.
No, Demi's the best. Monster's a jerk.
Nah, I met Demi one time. She's cool. Yo, Monster's a trip. She got her handful. She's got another kid. What's up, man? What's going on, Justin? How you doing, bum?
Oh,
So real- what do
that's
you-
fucked up.
Real
I
quick,
can see
man,
that.
what do you think about professional jiu-jitsu in general? Do you care about it? Do you like the idea that it kind of brings attention to the sport to make it a bigger for bigger gyms and shit like that? Or do you think it kind of has no place and doesn't really matter, or you just don't give a fuck?
You know, I mean, I love a good, exciting jiu-jitsu match like anybody, but it's like whatever rule set somebody comes up with, somebody figures out a way around the rule set to make it boring, so nobody gives a shit. And it's like, I remember, there's nobody who's ever walked into a jiu-jitsu school who say, listen, I want to learn how to invert and chase you around the mat with my ass. Like when did that become a thing? Like everybody walks into jiu-jitsu school like, yo, if I get jumped in a parking lot, I want to be able to break a motherfucker's arm and get my car and go home. Like that's why I learn jiu-jitsu, to fight, not to like invert or you do some stupid ass shit that looks cool that you have to be either a woman or under 150 pounds to be able to pull off. Like I have no use for any of that stuff. So
Do you think
the
that
matches now I could care less about mostly. And now it's just like double guard pull, footlock battle for an hour. Who
I
cares?
tell you, bro, like I'm right there with you, man. Like I've wanted so much for so long to help to figure out a way to make professional competitive jiu-jitsu be a real thing. And like the problem is like I love jiu-jitsu more than pretty much anything in the world. And I get bored watching professional jiu-jitsu matches like 70% of the time. I'm just like, what? I can't even imagine someone at the bar like, hey, man, come over and check this jiu-jitsu match out. This is awesome. And they'll just be like, what in the fuck? Why is he on his back? Who
I
won
love
this?
the sport. I love the art. I love the sport. As a spectator sport, I can only, like in the last 5 years, remember one exciting moment in jiu-jitsu. Well, two. I could say two. One was when Hodger choked out Buchecha.
Yeah, 100%.
And the other one, which was by far my favorite moment in jiu-jitsu, was when Wagner Rocha blasted AJ Agazarm off the stage.
Dude, bro, we had a whole fucking talk about that on the Jiu-Jitsu Times podcast a couple weeks ago about how that moment right there could 100% be the beginning point for what we consider to be like professional jiu-jitsu as a thing, because that was like no one like that made people go, what's this jiu-jitsu thing? Professional jiu-jitsu. That put Fight to Win on the map.
You know, it's so funny. I got a backstory to that. Number one, it was like right out of 300. It was like, this is Sparta. He just straight blasted him. But the next day, one of my students is a sheriff in Hillsborough County. AJ and his father drove up to the event and called the police. And they tried to file an assault charge against Wagner. And my student was like, no. It was a jiu-jitsu match. I'm not taking an assault charge. And saying, no, I'm not running the report. And then like they tried to take it up the chain. And nothing ever happened because of it. But like
It's fun.
that
I
was
kind of
just
remember that.
And
like,
he
you know,
asked,
and I love
he asked the
Agnew.
guy where he trains. He asked your student where he trains, and the guy said,
Yes,
Gracie
that's right.
Tampa.
He
So
goes-
guess what?
he goes,
So when I went to the ADCC West Coast Trials, I see AJ Agazarm, and I've got my fucking Gracie Tampa sweatshirt on, and AJ walks up to me and he's like, "So, you're from Gracie Tampa, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he just walks away.
He trained with Matt for a little bit. He went out there, and when he first started with his MMA stuff, he was training with Matt. When that guy Danny was running the boxing out at Choice Fitness, he was in there training with us a little bit. I've never personally had anything wrong to say about AJ. He's never done anything wrong to me. I've never had any fucking problems. When I saw him at the gym, yeah, he's a little bit cocky. I used to see him at tournaments a little bit cocky, but he was a cool dude. He'd also come up and talk to me, talk shit with him. Hey man, how you doing? Everything all right? Blah 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 blah. But
I've never spoken a single word to him, but like, you know, sometimes like, you know, like with him and Jake Shields and like all the drama and the weird shit, and you know, like Jake Shields, like I've met Jake a few times over the years.
right?
Couldn't be a nicer guy. Jake mad enough to smack him in the face during a match. Like,
Yeah.
you know, get Wagner, who I love, and who I didn't think I could love the guy anymore until he booted him off the stage. He got Wagner mad enough to literally boot him off a 4-foot stage. Like
He does.
you know.
He does push that envelope. I watched him 2 nights ago in that Bellator fight. He pulled some shit at the end of the Bellator fight too. Like he flicked the guy off, or it was just some classic. Oh, there's AJ. Like he submitted the guy in the 3rd round or won by decision, and then like fucking when they put his hand up, he fucking like stuck his finger in the guy's face and all kind of bullshit. Just
You know, it'd be great. They should put AJ against that what's his name? That other arrogant dude.
Dylan Dennis. I think that's in the works.
Yes.
They're in
Yes.
different organizations. Some other people have talked about that. I think Dylan's a little bit bigger than he is. Dylan's definitely bigger. Dylan's a big.
No,
kid.
they're both in Bellator.
Yeah, they both in Bellator. I thought Dylan was in one. Yeah, they are both in Bellator, but Dylan's still bigger than he is. I think he fights like 70, and AJ may fight 45.
No, he's 50. He's definitely a 55er, I think. But
Dennis or whatever.
No, AJ, I think he's definitely a 55er. I mean, because he's fought Matt Rayo fought him in several times in tournaments, and you know Matt's never fought below 170.
Yeah.
So you know, but obviously, you know, the cutting's a little different for MMA, so it probably did drop to 55.
Yeah.
But, you know, you could do a catch weight match, 60 or something like that.
It would be entertaining. It'd definitely be entertaining. And I mean, definitely so. Like Bellator is definitely all about doing the gimmick shit. Anything they can do to get fucking asses in seats to catch on.
Yeah, no, exactly. That I pay for. That'd be interesting. You know, but yeah, like you're going back to the sport jiu-jitsu. I don't think jiu-jitsu is ever going to be, you know, it has to be a self-defense sport because it's never going to be a spectator sport. Like you said, between me, you, and Sonny, I have almost 30 years in the sport. So we got probably almost 60 years in the sport at this point, between the 3 of us. And we don't even like watching it that much.
Right.
Like,
It's. I mean, I can appreciate. I honestly, I kind of like watching points matches more. As long as they make the guys go. As long as they have some kind of thing that, as long as you have 2 dudes that are fucking going at it. Like I kind of prefer a points match to tell you the truth, to a submission only match. But whatever. The point of the matter is like, no matter what these professional jiu-jitsu guys think, and I love you all, even Gordon Ryan, he's the top of the heap. Like. You're never going to be bigger than the jiu-jitsu market. Only jiu-jitsu people are going to watch it. You're never going to break through that market. It just ain't going to fucking happen.
And you know, and you know, you do get those matches every once in a while that are just amazing, and because they're trading positions and going for submissions, and it's back and forth. But for every one of those, you get like 5 snoozers that you could care less about.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
You know,
Exactly.
I'm on my cell phone, like checking my Facebook.
Who
through
won?
The whole match.
All right, cool.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, who won? Oh, it was the other guy. 2 advantages to none.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. That is riveting.
Great. Riveting. Hey man, Sonny, I feel like we're having good shit here, but I got to get bouncing, man. My
right.
producer is upset with me, so I promised her I'd be done in an hour.
My
We've been
producer.
an hour. I have someone watching me and giving me dirty looks throughout the course of the whole thing. So, Rob, you're the man, bro. Thanks for coming on, kid.
All right, guys. I love you guys. I'll see you later.
We'll see you on
Fellas,
Facebook, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Fighting a good fight. All right, Sonny Barn. I love you, buddy. We see.
All right, man.
We're professionals, baby. We get the fuck.
Well, you know what I'll do? I'll let you get out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and run my
go ahead.
video.
You gonna fuck with some more people?
Yeah, I was just gonna run my video and show these guys what I did
Oh
this
shit!
weekend.
Yeah.
But if you want to run, you can. If not,
Yeah, let me bounce, dude. I'm already in trouble.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, man, I love you. Make sure drop something about the sponsor before we go.
Yes, I will.
All right, buddy. Be good, Rob. All right, sorry. Whatever. You know what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah. So one last shout out to No Judges Needed, and remember it's OMGH or OMGH10. I'm going to leave you guys with a funny little video that I put together of an activity I did this weekend. I went for the first time, and I went to this place called iFly, and I flew around. It's pretty crazy. So let me just get the setup here. Get my stupid face off the screen so you guys can watch this. All right, check this out. Pretty funny. So we went with the family to iFly today, and Brandon, and I flew. Check it out. Let me tell you something. That shit's a lot harder than it looks, just so y'all know. It's much harder than it looks. I have a much higher respect for people who jump out of airplanes and have that control to, steer themselves around, because you turn your hands just like ever so slightly and you're doing spins and shit, and it's crazy. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show today. Finally, we got Rob on, totally random too, but we got him. So we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.